So last season was predictable but still disappointing for the Cleveland Browns, and one thing that isn't talked about enough is how Kevin Stefasnki has got things completely wrong in terms of calling the offense. And before I start to get into things, I just want to clear up beforehand because I know everyone will go at me in the comments. I know in today's game the analytics say you gotta throw to win, and I'm not disagreeing with it at all because it's actually a proven fact, but in certain situations, Chubb needs to get the ball more, and it was ridiculous how Stefasnki was literally the #1 Nick Chubb stopper in the league last season. And if you disagree, then I don't know what games you were watching. Anyways, real quick before I get into things, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. I'm now on the road to 20k subscribers, and I believe you all can help me get there super fast. Alright. So Nick Chubb finished the 2022-23 season with 1,500 yards and 12 touchdowns, which is just amazing, but in reality, he could have easily gotten 2,000 and had a few more touchdowns, and the Browns would have had a few more W's. Having him barreling through defensive lines play after play and then Kareem Hunt following it up behind him should have been completely unstoppable no matter who was at QB, but Stefasnki would always make sure to get his deep passing plays in even when it made no sense to and the offense was in a flow. Like there were times where Chubb would gain 2 first downs in 3 plays and then would get completely abandoned for the rest of the drive, and the Browns would end up settling for 3, and a lot of the time York would completely shank the field goal. And again, hear me out. I know it's not physically possible to run Chubb and whoever the backup is going to be every single play, and you have to have a balanced passing attack to keep defenses on their toes, but when Chubb is running through the line like butter and then you run 3 straight passing plays and gain 4 yards and end up punting, it just doesn't make much sense. And I'm mainly referring to those games where it's 10 degrees outside, which I'll get to later in this video. But yeah, I think you get my point, and I know Deshaun Watson is now the QB, which is going to open up the passing game a ton, and I'm super excited to see what he can do. I think part of this rant does come from the fact that I've never really seen a great QB play for this team, hence the reason why I'm so skeptical about how they said they're going to go insanely pass heavy. But I know Watson is going to have to get his throws in with how much Cleveland is paying him, and I think he's going to be back in Houston form this year. But remember, Cleveland plays in Northeast Ohio by Lake Erie without a dome, and towards the end of the season, the weather gets brutal, and I just think this team is built for it and could have a huge advantage over teams like the Chiefs and the Bills if they just run the dang ball. And if they put up a good regular season record and got a few home playoff games, they could really make a run from pounding the rock and letting the offensive line wear the opposing defense down. And one of the theories I have for why the Buffalo Bills can't break through to the Super Bowl with all the talent they have is because they don't have much of a running game while playing in some of the most brutal conditions in the whole league. And also, Mahomes just has their number. One game from the Browns season last year that literally made me lose my mind was the Saints Christmas Eve one, which was a must-win game in record low temperatures, and I believe there was like a 3rd and short, and Watson couldn't feel his hands, and they were probably frozen, and Stefasnki called 2 straight passing plays that were both not even close to being complete. The dude just straight up outthinks himself, and the Browns need a real offensive coordinator. There's only a few head coaches in the league that can do both coaching and play calling at the same time, and he is not one of them. Anyways, that's really all I have to say for this video. I know this was a very controversial topic, so make sure to let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and until next time, I will see you all later.